Hey sports fans, Coach Nick here, and welcome to BBallBreakdown. I am honored to have Coach Bruce Fraser with us for the Warriors. A couple questions. The Steph Curry stuff that he does with the lights and the multitasking things, I'm convinced that that is him training his brain to be like the Matrix, and to get in the zone whenever he wants to. Is that crazy, or do you feel any connection to what that is and him shooting like he does?
I don't know if it helps his shooting as much as it does just his reactions. I don't do that too much with him, but I'm probably going to give you a bad answer. I think anything that Steph does that helps, with reaction time or quickness, hand-eye, is helpful. So, yeah.
We were talking about when you follow the ball with your eyes, and you've also noticed that most of the great shooters that I've observed in the last 20-some years, they all follow the ball, and it's an interesting thing because we talked about, would you actually teach that as a fundamental of shooting?
My answer to that would be I would not teach that. I think it's a genetic thing. I think it's the way their brains are wired and the way they see things. If you gave me a kid that had never ever shot a basketball, then I would suggest that, but I would probably let him shoot 5 shots and just see what he did with it regarding that one thing, not everything else. I mean, there's a lot of technique involved in shooting, but if you're talking about just watching the flight of the ball or keeping your focus on one spot on the rim, I think that's the way people are wired.
The real question for me then, is there even a difference in that shot between focusing the rim and following the ball?
I think that people that just watch the rim tend to have their shot's a little more flat, but that may also give them the ability to watch some of the ball. I think people that watch the ball have the ability to change the trajectory a little bit, which may help them on the next shot. Mm-hmm. 2 shots, one watching the rim and one watching the flight of the ball, is it going to affect the shot? No. Will it affect the shots in the future? That's the argument, possibly.
Interesting. Well, the last thing about Steph we talk a lot about is how he turns and he kind of rotates in the air. And have you noticed how he does that a little bit on every shot? And it seems like it's part of his fundamentals.
I don't think he does that intentionally. I think he does that because of the speed he's coming off of, like turns on, and he has to get his body sort of in those places. So I think it's a product of the speed or the shot that he's coming into. I don't think he doesn't do it as much when he's just shooting catch and shoot standstill shots. So I think it's more of movement shots that he's trying to correct in the air to get his balance right.
Last question. All the 10-year-olds who are watching Steph play now, knowing what we know about him and his crazy, ridiculous bowling and all these other things, he's got hand-eye coordination. Do you feel like in 10 years we're going to have more reasonable facsimiles of Steph Curry now that coaching is sort of allowing off the dribble threes and deeper threes?
I think shooting in general is getting better. I think, there was a time when I think the art of shooting had gone away. Or not, I shouldn't say gone away, but I feel like, some of the kids growing up were all trying to dunk or get to the rim more. I feel like Steph will start to put that skill back into kids where they realize that that's a very valuable skill, and being able to shoot from distance. And so I feel like with Clay and Steph and all the great shooters, I think that there's more importance again based on shooting than there is on dunking. And I think that's probably the kids growing up will start to, who wouldn't want to be Steph Curry?
That's right. I certainly would like to be. I don't know about you, but thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate it. And don't forget, sports fans, at B-Ball Breakdown, we're not a channel, we're a conversation. You in? You in, Coach?
I'm in.